The other day, I was at Book Off and I found this vintage Pokémon picture frame from the 1990s. It was dusty and had clearly been sitting on a shelf for a long time, and it got me thinking, this was definitely from someone's childhood. And then, as I always do whenever I start thinking about my own childhood, I remember Nintendo World, and it's now called Nintendo New York. But before it was ever called Nintendo World, it was called the Pokémon Center, and it was the one and only permanent Pokémon Center store outside of Asia. I have been archiving the Pokémon Center New York store for over 7 years now, and every single time I come to Nintendo New York, I can't help but have visions of what used to be here. The Pokémon Center New York store has haunted my dreams for a little under a decade now. I've been researching everything I could about it all this time, and after spending so much time writing down the history of the Gotta Catch 'em All station and digging through archives trying to find anything I could about it, the fact that I got to spend time with it this past week was really special. As someone who believes in video game preservation and as an archivist, I just want to protect history. In the same way that I want to remember things from my past that just made me happy, I want future generations to be able to see what I saw. Lost media is something that has always fascinated me, and I know it's something that fascinates a lot of other people. I think it's because when we lose something that's so near and dear to our soul, it is heartbreaking. And honestly, you guys have been the driving force behind me working on this Pokémon Center New York archival project for all these years. Back when I started this, it seemed absolutely impossible that we would ever find anything from the Gotta Catch 'em All station. So when I got to hold it in my hands this past week, it made me think that really anything could be found, and really finding lost media is possible. As for the picture frame, I cleaned it up, it now sits on my desk, and it reminds me of my own past. If it weren't for the kids in this picture frame, who knows if I ever would have gotten into Pokemon in the first place. The past is the past, and the future is bright. Lost media is kind of like how it feels to lose really close friends. If that piece of lost media was really close to you, well, it could haunt you for years. But who knows? Maybe one day you'll find it again, and if you do, maybe it'll be just as wonderful as you remember it being.